Hello, good morning, everyone. Welcome to this webinar. We're starting slightly late today because we had some technical issues this morning, but I hope you're still connected and we can start right off with a very interesting webinar on a topic that's very hot, I'd say. Since GPT came out, I think we're all quite amazed what AI can do for us. And today we're looking into what IA can do for the tourism industry and maybe also how it will revolutionize the industry. And we have some very, very interesting speakers today with us, that Enrique Lopez, who has kindly organized this webinar for us. And I would also pass on a thank you to him in that sense for making this possible and gathering all these nice speakers for us today. Just a few words from my side. My name is Leonie Heen. I work at the Barcelona Chamber of Commerce, and I'm managing a project that's called Tourbit. Under the framework of this project, we're organizing this webinars, but we're also organizing a ton of other very interesting webinars and contents under a program that's called the Go Digital Skills Program. So there are lots of other webinars and stuff that you might be interested in. So I kindly invite you to have a look at that, and I'll send you the link of that in a second from now in the chat. And without any further ado, I'd pass on the word to Enrique, and please present as our speakers, Enrique.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks, Leonie, for the introduction. Good morning, and welcome on the attendance to this webinar today on the Tourbit project about artificial intelligence, machine learning, and collaboration, the future of hospitality operations. This is our fourth webinar. The first was about audiovisual marketing, the second about metaverse in the hospitality and tourism industry, and the third about revenue management. You can see all these webinars again on the online platform on this Tourbit project. Thanks again to the Cambra de Comerç de Barcelona for trusting our institution for the design and creation of these webinars. Today, in this webinar, we will explore, among others, various key concepts and trends around artificial intelligence and machine learning, as well as good practices from the hospitality sector in these areas. And to achieve the general objectives, in this webinar, we have professionals of recognized prestige, such as Maria Mironova, Team Leader Customer Success, ReviPro CG Group, and Fede Building, CCO, and co-founder Bookline, both under the moderation of the webinar by Joan Sant, CEO, Chart-OK, and teacher, at Barcelona School of Tourism, Hospitality, and Gastronomy, University of Barcelona. Thanks again, Joan. Thanks you all, and when you want, Joan, please.
Well, thank you so much, Enrique and Leonie, for the intro. The main idea is to put everyone in context. As we all know, artificial intelligence, which is more something related to how we are starting to automate daily life in daily operations within the hotel industry, is growing faster than ever because of new technologies which create more awareness across individuals which are not related to anything when it comes to operations. I mean, anyone have access right now to how to understand artificial intelligence automation. Everything started from chat, which is why today we can enjoy from Maria here with us from CG Review Pro Technology. And everything is evolving from communication through chat systems to the voice. And that's the reason why we have Fede here, which is coming from Bookline, a company which has a potential to understand words over the phone through inbound or outbound phone calls. And of course, in the future, he will let us know more, but it will also be something that won't need to engage any phone calls at all. We will also have options across online connections, not anymore just through the phone. So my small intro here is to just put into context the importance of the conversational behavior that we are building across multiple technologies, chat and voice. And for that reason, that's why we will do an intro with we will start with Maria, because it has more background when it comes to where everything started, which is the chat. And she's going to make a small intro about the company she works and also her journey working at this company. And after, Fede will do the same about his journey as an entrepreneur and also with Bookline. So please, let's welcome Maria. Thank you so much. I pass you the mic and I allow you to please do your intro. Thank you, Maria.
Thank you very much, Joan. I'll share my screen with a short presentation. So I'd appreciate if you can confirm when you can see it. Do you guys see my screen?
Yes, we can see it.
Yes, it's perfect,
Okay.
Maria. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. So first of all, thank you very much for inviting me to this webinar, and a few words about myself. So my name is Maria. I have more than 10 years experience mainly in tour operating industry. I worked at the beginning of my career path. I worked a lot of years in different countries as tour guide, then in a destination management company back in my hometown in St. Petersburg. And in 2019, I landed for the second time in Barcelona, where I've previously concluded my master's status. Here, well, 2020, the pandemic, of course, made changes in all our lives. And my career path also was impacted by this. And I entered in 2021 the tech world by joining Review Pro, Shiji Review Pro. So at the beginning, when I started at Shiji Review Pro, I started as an implementation specialist. And this gave me a unique experience of helping hoteliers in automating their daily tasks and to replicating their daily tasks into a Review Pro system. So let me talk a little bit about the company itself so that you have an idea of what we do. First of all, Shiji Review Pro is part of Shiji Group, which is a global company serving wide range of technology needs, let's say, in hospitality industry. And it works we work with around 90,000 hotels worldwide. Review Pro, what do? We have more than 10 years experience in hospitality industry. And Review Pro offers a wide range of products and technological solutions to hoteliers around the world with the idea of improving guest experience. So it all started in 2009 with the launch of reputation management software. Basically, what Review Pro does is going into different online sources and different OTAs, grabs the reviews, analyzes them. And what I would like to mention here is that it's not only the scores that you are getting across different OTAs. We also analyze the context, the semantics. And I think it's very important to mention it here because since we're talking here about machine learning, this was the first machine learning system actually that Review Pro developed the semantic analysis. So all the reviews, all the context, all the content of the reviews is basically analyzed through the semantics engine and gives you an understanding of what's been mentioned positively by your guests, so you can identify as hotelier your strength and what's been mentioned negatively, so you can analyze get your pain, let's say pain points, and define the areas of improvement. 2014 and 2015, the guest satisfaction surveys module was launched, which is a different kind of feedback. When it comes to online reputation, it's all public feedback. When it comes to guest satisfaction surveys, it's internal feedback that you can get from your guests. And together with this, the case management system was launched, which is basically an internal ticketing system that allows you to automatically create tasks for the different departments in the hotel or for different team members. And these tasks are based on the guest feedback that you get from your online reviews and your guest satisfaction surveys. And then the last product that was launched was related to messaging. First, it started all with guest messaging. So basically uniting all the messages that are coming from guests from different channels in one system, Review Pro. And then in 2020, our chatbot, our virtual assistant was launched. So the chatbot together with the guest messaging channels, it received the name of Guest Communications. So basically what Review Pro does is assisting hoteliers in improving guest experience across the different stages of the guest journey. From the moment the guests are looking for a hotel to book and checking online reviews to booking process itself, because by introducing a little web chat in your website and thanks to the integrations with booking engines, you can generate more direct bookings. And then managing all the guest feedback in the pre-stay, during stay, and post-stay journey. So after the pandemic, the hoteliers, they actually started to overcome new challenges. And some of them, you can see them right now on your screens. So first of all, front office reception deals a lot with repetitive questions in the pre-stay or in-stay phases of the guest journey. And we analyzed, for example, a chain of 30 hotels, and we realized that 63% of emails or messages coming from guests are the same 8 questions. What time's check-in? What time's check-out? Where's breakfast served? So all these repetitive questions that you get from the guests, you can avoid this workload to be put on the front office, and you can have your virtual assistant replying to this question. We all know that staff shortages are one of the challenges. Is one of the challenges that hoteliers started to face in the post-pandemic world, and the hoteliers, they actually do not have, let's say, the luxury of having their front office, of having their reception answering the same questions again and again and again. So again, chatbot can eliminate these frequently asked questions so that the staff can actually focus on delivering more personalized guest experiences. And another challenge that all hoteliers are facing are the higher rates. And with higher rates, you have higher guest expectations. I pay more, I expect more, right? But then we have staff shortages at the same time. So what we realized, actually, thanks to our semantics engine, is that we had an increased number of negative mentions about staff and about service. Guests expect better service. So how AI can help you with all these challenges. And this is something that you can see right now across different guest phases of guest journey. So first of all, we can automatize repetitive tasks. So as I mentioned before, we don't have the luxury anymore of having our reception answering the same questions again and again and again. We want to free up our human staff. So we will have our chatbot replying to these same repetitive questions from the stage when our guests are looking for a hotel, and they might go to our website and ask, oh, do you accept pets? Or what time's check-in, because I probably will arrive late, and all these kind of questions. Then the hoteliers, thanks to the virtual assistant, can increase direct bookings from the website through that little web chat window, thanks to the virtual assistants. And then in the pre-stay journey, again, we have all the same repetitive questions that can be easily solved by the virtual assistant. During the stay, we can also handle all these in-stay requests as room service requests, for example, maintenance or housekeeping, or even concierge services. Would you provide any recommendations? Where can I have dinner? Do you have any restaurant? Are there any restaurants around the hotel? All this information, the chatbot can also get trained and can respond to all these questions. And of course, all this will help us accumulate data about our guests and will help us predict our guest behavior. Data is power. We all know that. So more data you have on your guests, more personalized experiences you can deliver in the future. So it's all about combining, of course, automation and combining your chatbot with the human stuff, because at the end, hospitality is about delivering exceptional services, of course, and the employees and human staff, they are emotionally more aware and they are culturally more, let's say, educated, so they can focus on what's important for the guest and delivering these personalized services, and the automation and the chatbot can take care of all the other repetitive tasks. So that's all from my side, and I'll stop sharing my screen and happy to pass the word back to Juan.
Thank you, Maria. Thank you so much, Maria. Actually, I think you went over a few comments that we will have questions later, so that would be great to emphasize. So now, what we will do is to do a small intro the same way with Fede, which is here to talk about Bookline, which is a conversational technology. Please, Fede, with no other words, introduce yourself and also introduce this amazing company that you're working with. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Joan. Thank you, everybody, for having me here. So my name is Fede Buldin. I have more than 6 years experience as an AI engineer. So as you can imagine, I'm pretty excited of all the new things that are coming up with OpenAI, the whole GPTs, and how the industry is growing so fast. So I started my career back at Accenture in the AI division, which was sort of like a little startup within that whole big organization. And there I worked across many projects in Brazil and Europe, mostly regarding chatbots, but also with some voice technologies. And the first time I got in touch with the hotel industry was with a project of a bot called Jibo. I don't know if you're familiar with Jibo, but it was sort of like an Alexa that was for during the stay that you had in your room, and it was able to capture all the different things that you wanted to ask the concierge, like, please order me a taxi for tomorrow at 9 for the airport, or I want to know what kind of what interesting things I can see around. And instead of having the call passed to reception, that bot was able to automate all those questions. And I worked there for 2 years, and then I founded Bookline AI. So what was the problem that we at Bookline AI wanted to solve? On one hand, we saw that the hospitality industry was facing important staff shortages, and also that they had a huge problem with the phone. As a matter of fact, I have a statistic that 43% of all the calls, booking calls, were not answered in restaurants and in hotels. And that meant a bad experience from the client side of things, but also a bad thing for the revenue of restaurants and hotels. And we also saw that in those calls that clients did, those were usually very simple transactions. It was very simple bookings, or frequently or very repetitive questions. And we thought that with all the technology that was coming around, it was going to be very easy to automate. So we decided to create an AI assistant with machine learning models that worked as follows. You call, for instance, an hotel, and it first asks you if you want to make a booking or if you have a frequently asked question. In case you have the latter one, it is able to recognize your intention, and with the information that the hotel provides, it's able to give a very natural and concise response. In case you want a booking, it is able to differentiate if it's a simple booking or if it's a group reservations, because the process of handling and structuring the whole sales process is different from one to the other. And last one, the analytics, which turns out to be very important for hotels to understand, for revenue management, to understand which are the the hot dates at the city at a specific moment. So what we bring in Bookline is, on one hand, we our main value proposition is to boost sales, and we do that on the technical side of things with integration with different booking engines, channel managers, PMS, but also by being 24/7 on the phone. And at any moment in time, when a group reservation comes from another part of the world, we are able to answer in the name of the hotel and turn this call, which would be a missed call, into a lead and a sales opportunity. We also, since we are connected with the booking engines, we're able to do cross-sellings. And this works especially great with hotel chains, where they have different venues, different hotels for a same city. So when the client wants to make a reservation in Madrid, let's say for Fitur, let's put an example, and since it has different location, if one is already, everything is booked, it is able to recognize what other slots are in the same chain and do the cross-selling to those venues. And as I mentioned regarding the booking calendar, which is the more data you have, the better it is. Then we have a very strong strong features regarding better customer experience during pre-stay, during the stay itself, and also post-stay. But we focus mainly on pre-stay and regarding the whole sales process. And for us, it's also very important the brand that we give to the hotel. And it's very important to have very consistent messages across all the receptions or across all the call centers that handle the call for the hotel. And so that you might get a better understanding of what we do, I have here a demo. I'm going to turn off the head, so you can hear me, right? Or wait. Well,
Yes,
okay.
we do
Yes, we
hear.
can.
Acércalo al ordenador, al micrófono.
Bye.
Good morning. Thank you for calling the Universitario Alamara Hotel. Are you calling us to book a room, book an event, to book in a restaurant, or for other questions?
Book a room.
How many rooms would you like to book?
4 rooms.
Great. What is your entry date?
Tomorrow.
For tomorrow. Okay. How many nights would you like to stay?
5 nights, please.
For how many adults?
2 adults.
I'm sorry, but there must be at least one adult in each room. Would you like to change the number of people?
5 adults.
I'm sorry, but there must be at least one adult in each room. Would you like to change the number of people?
10 adults.
Say no.
But there must be at least one adult in each room. Would you like to change the number of people?
2 people.
I'm sorry, but there must be at least.
Okay, I don't remember how many rooms I said, but do you hear me?
4. Yes, you said 4 rooms, so you were supposed to say 4 adults.
Sorry, I said less adults than rooms, but you get the idea. So the system is able to capture that intention, and then it connects via the booking engine, so that the client is able to finish the reservation on the web page of the hotel. And that's it on my part. I think, Juan, when you do the demos, it works it works much better. But that's everything on my side, so happy to give it back to you, Juan, and start with the FAQs.
No, thank you so much, Fede. I think we understand the main purpose of the tool, which is nobody answers and someone might answer. It won't be a person, but at least we'll cover the needs to understand the purpose of the phone call, which is something that if no one answers, at least the hotel can can capture business. I have a few questions here. So based on these two different businesses, which are managed by people, which is the most important, I have a question to Maria first, which is, Maria, um, did, what do you think that will come next for the same technology that you're working with right now? Do you see that today the chat is being replaced by AI or is being a complement by voice AI? I'm sorry. Is the chat being something that is boosting the opportunity with the voice, or are they separately working individually, or do you think that they complement each other? Because I want to generate a debate here. You know, Fede is working on the voice side, you're working on the chat side, but I want to know if you guys will work together in the future, because I want to understand how that might merge. That's a complementation, each of you. I want to understand, what do you think? And the same question to Fede.
I don't think that one thing substitutes another one. It can be easily, let's say, one thing complementing another thing. And what's important here is to give the final, let's say, customer a choice always, because and it's generally speaking about AI, you have to give your final customer a choice, because if at the end you want to speak to a real person, you need to have this opportunity to speak to a real person. We still have a lot of travelers and hotel guests are still being reluctant about using AI, right? And we also understand that it's a matter of time and we're all getting used to it, but you always need to provide a choice. And for me, in this case, voice versus chat, it's always, it's also something that you have to give a choice about. So do you want to speak with the bot? Do you want to do with the virtual assistant? Do you want to chat with the virtual assistant? Or do you want to speak with an agent? Oh,
I see. So basically, here at the SED University, we emphasizes the multiple channels, entry channels. You know, there are online channels and there are offline channels. Basically, we know that at the end, even the voice will become the online channel for the entry communications, and also the chat, which is something digitally available, it will become the direct online automatically. So this is something that makes sense to me, based on the ideas we shared to the students at the university. The same question to you, Fede. What do you think will work most? And let me, let's say, put some more context to the question. Do you think that chat will be first and then voice will jump in, or do you think that voice will jump in and then chat will be second?
Well, I think both will coexist, and it doesn't only depend on the client itself, but on the moment that the client wants to do the booking. For instance, if you're in a metro station and you don't want to speak, you don't want to use your voice, you'll probably prefer to use the chat channel. But if you are in the car, you just want to have it maybe faster or whatever, you might use the voice. So it's not dependent on the client, but the moment itself. But I think there is room for collaboration, maybe more during the in-stay rather than the pre-stay, where users, as I was mentioning before, with the in-room services, where with our voice technology, we're able to capture the client's intent and then pass it back to Maria in their case management system. So it's already structured and it's integrated with the processes that the hotel works.
That's really interesting. I mean, and in the same context, is a question that I have myself. But how danger is, and I know this is a complex word, but how dangerous is the keeping customers staying away from people if there is no one 100% available? I mean, do you think that, Maria, I know you deal with reputation a lot, but do you think that that impacts a lot in reputation? How do you answer the needs of speaking with someone or chatting with someone when clients demands immediate answer. And the same to you, Fede. What's the feedback as companies that you're getting? Because this will become more and more a challenge for companies to, as they are taking over this non-availability of skilled people. They are replacing these non-found people by technology. It's not that there's not enough people, it's that they cannot find the right profile to do the right answers. So they use technology. So how do you think that that will impact in the reputation, in the frustration by the people who wants to talk to people? Maria, for example.
Yeah. So we can say that well, it's kind of impacting already because we can find in online reputation, for example, we can find reviews where guests are complaining about lack of human service or impersonalization of check-in. Oh, I really want to speak to a person when I arrive at the hotel, right? I want that personal touch at the beginning. I want that experience of speaking to someone and that someone providing me recommendations and personalized recommendations. So this is why I think there should be this balance between human stuff and automation, because too much technology, it can also hurt guest experience. And we're talking here also about hospitality. So as I told, like, yeah, AI and human staff have different abilities, different qualities, and human staff is much more emotionally aware, which is so important in hospitality industry. So that personal touch is important to keep it, but to substitute some repetitive tasks or some processes that can be automated, substituting them with technology. Technology should help us and not substitute 100% human interaction in the hospitality.
Yeah. Fede, what's your feedback about that? Because the question is related to something I want to say based on the answers. Fede, what's your feedback?
Yeah, so I think one important thing here is what Maria was saying about optionality, giving the option to the client to choose whatever they want. And I think that is key because that empowers clients' decisions. And if they know that they're speaking with a system because they want to do so, they don't feel obligated, and that is good. But also, I don't really think that customers want to speak with a person per se. They just want to get the best experience that there's out there. And today, that means speaking with a person, because a person can have that warm touch and can do some personalized recommendations. And the AI state of the art, or at least the technologies that are integrated within the hotel system, are not there yet. But I think, and I'm convinced, that there will come a time where machines are able to perform a much better job than us humans are doing. And even in the hospitality industry, when you get all the data points from the moment they do the booking, or from other bookings itself, how they behave during the stay, and with all those information that we're gathering from the user, I think that the technology will be able to do a very good personalization and accompany and have the best experience for the client during the stay.
Okay, so my next question, based on this, the previous question, is what is more frustrating, that no one's answer, or that some technology that supports the contact, the first contact, answers? Maria.
For me, it's like if nobody answers, you need to receive the answer to your
And
question.
what about you, Fede?
Well, I have mixed feelings here, because I when we started, there were some conversations that were not going very well, and it can be pretty frustrating. But at least from the client's perspective, it really depends. but on the hotel side, it's sure that it's better to always answer the phone and try to have a answer the questions or automate the booking for sure.
Yeah, so basically that was the main point about AI automation and everything that concerns to operations. Right now, we are just into that moment where we decide what we want to do. Do we want to not to cover any opportunity, or we use technology like today's technology that becomes a little bit more human, even though it's not, to cover those needs that we cannot replace with humans at the moment. Um, I have in mind almost maybe the next and last questions. Maria, do you think that there is a potential lack of skills, not in the like, is people enough trained today about AI in the hospitality industry? And when I say like, are they very aware of what the AI means to their jobs on a daily basis? I'm not saying that we should cover technology jobs with AI. I want to talk about how today's technology can support today's people working already, to anyone available at the hotel, because we know some jobs are being not replaced but are being taken over by during the time that they are not available. But what about the people that is working at the same time they can use this technology? Are they enough trained? Are they enough aware? Do they understand that technology like the AI and the automation is helpful for their daily operations?
From my observations, and yeah, what's our experience working here at Shiji Review Pro is that there is still a lot of room for improvement in what regards training the hotel staff. And the hotel staff, I think, it depends, of course, on the company, depends on the hotel chain or the hotel itself, but the hotel staff is scared of this job displacement, right? Because some of your tasks can get automated, so the hotel staff is afraid of losing their jobs, or they don't see this value in the technology or how technology can actually help them doing their job better and being better at their job. They see it's still, they see a lot of stuff. They see technology as a threat to their jobs. And in my opinion, this is mostly lack also of training. And this is one of the challenges of implementing technology, because there might be this this transition period challenges, right? When you implement a technology and your staff still doesn't know how to use it, they see it or something new that they have to learn, and something then that replaces their tasks. Or am I going to lose my job? Or why should I learn something new if I was comfortable doing this, and that, right? So there is still this, I think, transition period that the hoteliers, they have to overcome. And this comes with, I think, a lot of training. First of all, we have to train the staff and let them see that technology is there and AI is there, not to displace them, but to, let's say, help them in doing their job better and providing, at the end, it's all about providing better guest experiences.
Yeah, Fede, the same to you. And also, Maria, just one question. With a time frame, just one number, is there any learning curve that you have learned during your time at Review Pro that you think that there is an adoption of AI and automation by companies? Like, well, they need something between 3 to 4 weeks to get used to it. You know, I need a number, just a number. The same
Okay.
to you, Fede. The same question.
It's an interesting question, John, because actually it depends a lot on the hotel. It depends a lot on the people you have on the other side, of course. In our case of our clients, right, the hotels, and we work with organizations that are very technically savvy and technically prepared and open for new technologies, and they want to embrace all that and train their staff, and they are really there. So in this case, the implementation is much shorter because you have this collaboration on the other side, right? And this willingness to implement technology as soon as possible. So I would say the best case scenario is implementing it in 1 month, more or less. 4 weeks, 4 or 5 weeks is optimal. Yeah.
And
We
the worst
also
case
doing
scenario?
Worst case scenario is that they contract the product and they just become at a certain point unresponsive. They don't see the value, and that's it. They move forward with their, I don't know, paper surveys and replying to the phones on the reception. And it's and of course we want our clients to get and see the benefits and to move from that point. But it also depends, as I said, it depends a lot on the people you meet on the other side, and if they are willing to learn and to train their staff accordingly.
I take the idea by saying it's about the willingness of the customer. It's not anything else. Okay,
Exactly.
Fede, what about you? Because I know companies like Bookline, they do all the work. So basically, there's not such a great friction to do the implementation. So what is the same question? So okay, let's finish there. Let's move there.
Okay, yeah. So regarding the changes in AI, I'm a true believer that AI is disrupting everything, not only the hotel industry, but the whole professional service industry, like nutritionists, lawyers, everything that a human had relationship with clients. AI is disrupting that. And I believe that with today's world, that students have to really try to not see AI as an enemy, because AI will be unstoppable like the internet was 20 years ago, but to see how these new technologies can help them be more effective at their job. And regarding the time to go live, that's a very important question, Juan, because when we talk with hotels or call centers offering services for hotels, they say that the biggest cost reduction is not the assistant versus a human, but the time it takes to train a new person to actually do the sales jobs within a call center. And regarding the activation from proposal to go live, we're dealing around 3 to 4 weeks at Bookline on average.
Okay, that sounds fair. Basically, I want to hand over to Leonie. I think if there is any last reflection you want to offer us, Maria and Fede, please welcome. 30 seconds reflection and any ideas based on this. My own point of view from this point is that new generations needs to prepare within the here at the university, also new employees within the hotel industry, because this is here to stay, as Fede said. This is not going to change. This is just going to go better in the way that we understand it. Is if we are afraid to it or we think it's a threat, if we going against it, I think that's going to be the worst of the problems for us, because at the end, this is going to become a part of our daily standard life in the hospitality industry. And our daily life is already there with Siri and Alexa. So Maria and Fede, please, any comments, and then we will pass to Leonie to do any questions available from the public.
So absolutely agree with you, John, and I also think that it's unstoppable, and we see it with ChatGPT that can answer any questions possible. But we have to use it wisely, and we have to learn how to use technology wisely. Again, I'll repeat myself, but I'll stress this again. The most important thing is training and increasing awareness that AI is here to stay, and awareness that AI is here to help us. So we have to learn how to live together with it and not seeing it as a threat. And we have to learn how to use it wisely so that it helps us getting better at what we do, and developing our abilities that are, and again, talking about hospitality, we are here in hospitality to improve guest experience. So we will improve it through a human touch and through providing these personalized experiences to guests. And this is possible if we use technology, actually. So technology is here to stay, and technology is here to help us, but we have to learn how to use it wisely.
Thank you, Maria. Fede, any words? And then Leonie, all yours.
Sure. Yeah, but like a little bit the same as Maria was saying. I think AI is here to stay, and I think with all the advances, it's not only disrupting a lot of processes, but it's also going to accelerate the creation of new models and new way of working that we cannot even anticipate. And as everybody is saying, this is a bigger revolution than the internet, and we can see how many things, how many businesses came out from the internet revolution, and I think this is going to be like 10 times as big and as fast. And regarding the future, what it will bring to the hotel industry, I think that whatever brings the best experience to clients is what will win.
Thank you, Fede. Well, that's everything from my side. I want to allow Leonie to take over any questions from the public, and also thanks to Leonie and Enrique for inviting Maria, Fede, and myself representing the University SED of Barcelona, Maria Mironova from the Shiji Review Pro company, and Fede Building from Bookline AI Assistance. Leonie, all yours. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sean. So I would invite the public also to type any questions. Right below, you should see a button where it says question and answers. You can type it in right there if you have any answers. If not, I have actually a question from myself directed to both of you, because we have been a lot talking about how this technology will help us to improve the customer service, how it helps us to address maybe even labor shortage, what it requires for a hotel to onboard a service or a new technology like that. But I think we have talked very little about costs, right? Because this is something that is, I think, always at the very center also for any business. No, like, how can this technology help me reduce costs in my business? So are there any like main lines or main ways that you could maybe highlight on how this could impact on operational costs of a business? Maybe other than reducing stuff.
Well, I think reducing staff is not the optimal solution because at the end we have to. We already have this challenge in our let's say post-pandemic world of staff shortages in hospitality. So this is of course not the option, but I think that mainly all this technology. And I'm not only talking about virtual assistant that I talked before, but any technology that can automate certain tasks in the hotel, they can help us to have our staff more focused on other tasks that are more personalized, that are more human, right? And I think the return on investment that you can see, it's instant. So if, for example, you introduce the a revenue management system, right? This is something that humans, we can't keep up with the demand in the internet and the changes in pricing, but the machine can do that for us. And this is something we can see in the result of it, the return on investment. We can see it in a moment, right? Because we cannot be there checking all the prices and all the platforms and keeping up with the price changes, right? But a machine can do that. I think that depending on the technology that you are introducing in or implementing in your hotel, you can see the return on investment at the moment. And how to start implementing a technology? Well, look at your pain points. Look at where you need improvements in your organization. What are the pain points? Where your staff is not keeping up with the pace, let's say. And this is where you have to involve technology to help you with these pain points and improving the service there. So for me, it's start with the pain points, and then when you cover your pain points, how you can make your strength even stronger. Again, thanks to technology.
Thank you very
That
much.
Great.
reply to your question, Lynn?
Thank you.
Yes, it did indeed. And I also like the idea of using AI in like ways where actually humans they can't provide the service, or they can't even do this cognitive task of just comparing all the prices. It's just something impossible for humans. So let's use technology there and then take advantage of like things that we can do as humans that machines can't do, right? Like, for example, giving people a very warm welcome.
Something else that I think, Leonie, which is people get tired of doing the same most of the time, and they switch jobs because they don't see any challenge by working within the industry. And these jobs are not being taken over by technology or AI. It's just that it's allowing people to do other things and just doing the boring things. And that's how I see it, so I think that's important in some way, so good.
That
makes a lot of sense to me as well.
And also, Leonie, I think it's good to mention that for us in Bookline, we are everything about direct sales. So we don't charge any fees, any commission on the booking, and that's why it's so important to capture the sale or the booking at the moment when the client wants it. Because if you're not able to capture that direct sale, it is very probable that it will go to other places like marketplaces or other places where they charge you a very high fee, and that's also a very important cost reduction.
Better, we do not hate booking.com here, but it's better to pay a fixed cost than paying an 18%, 15% commission. So we understand your message. Don't worry.
Yeah, that's also, I think, an interesting point of view on how to reduce costs. So, okay, if there are no other questions in the pipeline, then I'd say we wrap it up here, right? And I would like to say thank you to all of you. You have been really very, very interesting and great panelists. And I think you really gave us a very good idea on different types of tasks and areas where AI can really impact in the hospitality industry in a very positive way. And maybe also, let's say, took away a bit this threat that is also somewhere out there in the air, no? When we think about AI, I think, at least for me, that was very, very revealing and very enlightening to hear your points of view. And thank you again to all of you. Thank you to Seth, Enrique, and Joan, and to you guys for the time. this morning, and thank you also to all the assistants who joined us today in this webinar. Again, I invite you to participate in further webinars of Tourbit and the Go Digital Skills program. And in that sense, hope to see you next time, and have a great day, everyone.
You
Thank
too.
you
Thank
very
you so
much.
much, Leonie, Enrique, Fede, Maria. Have a fantastic day and wish you all a fantastic December. Have a nice time. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Maria. Thank you, Fede. See you, Leonie.